Hello everyone. In today's class, let us learn how to write maxima program to obtain a Jacobian. We know that the Jacobian matrix is a rectangular arrangement which are formed by taking the derivatives of the function with respect to each of the variable. That is, for example, suppose if you are having, say, u1 is given by f1 of x1, x2, etc. up to xn. That means your u1 is a function dependent on x1, x2, etc. up to xn. And u2 is a function which is dependent on x1, x2, etc. up to xn, etc. un is a function dependent on x1, x2, etc. up to xn. Then how to write the Jacobian matrix? Remember, your u1, u2, etc. up to un are all dependent on the variables x1, x2, etc. up to xn. That means your x1, x2, etc. up to xn are independent variables. Then the Jacobian matrix is given by J of x1, x2, etc. up to xn, or this can also be written as dou u1, u2, etc. up to un divided by dou x1, x2, etc. up to xn, or you can write that one also as J of u1, u2, etc. up to un divided by x1, x2, etc. up to xn. This indicates that the numerator which you are having is dependent on the denominator variable, right? So how to write the Jacobian matrix? It's a matrix. Jacobian matrix is given by, it's very simple. You differentiate partially u1 with respect to x1, u1 with respect to x2, u1 with respect to x3, etc. u1 with respect to xn. That gives you first row of this matrix. That is your first row. Then differentiate partially u2 with respect to x1, x2, etc. up to xn. That gives you second row. Like this, you go on proceed till un. Un with respect to x1, that is dou un by dou x1, dou un by dou x2, etc. dou un by dou xn. That gives you the Jacobian matrix of u1, u2, etc. up to un with respect to x1, x2, etc. up to xn. Then what is meant by Jacobian? Jacobian or Jacobian determinant, right? We say it is simply a Jacobian. Jacobian or Jacobian determinant is nothing but determinant of this matrix. Determinant of this matrix is given by this dou by u1, u2, etc. up to un divided by dou of x1, x2, etc. up to xn. That gives you Jacobian of this matrix, right? Now you should remember Jacobian means you have to differentiate the functions which are dependent on independent variables, right? See, derivative of u1 with respect to x1, u1 with respect to x2, etc. un with respect to xn. That gives you first row. Similarly, you have to differentiate u2 with respect to x1, u2 with respect to x2, etc. u2 with respect to xn. That gives you second row. Similarly, go on proceed. You have to differentiate all the dependent functions with respect to all the independent functions or independent variables. Okay, un with respect to x1, un with respect to x2, etc. un with respect to xn. That gives you last row. Find the determinant of this. That is your Jacobian. And see, you don't have to, it is not necessary that you have to write these as rows. You can write them as column also. That means dou u1 by dou x1, dou u1 by dou x2, etc. up to dou u1 by dou xn. You can write that one as, instead of first row, you can write that one as a first column also, because determinant is unaltered by taking the transpose. A transpose is same as A. Determinant of A transpose is same as determinant of A. Because of that reason, either you write them as rows or columns, doesn't make any change in the answer. Since we are discussing real case, your determinant will be a real number. Determinant, so Jacobian of a matrix will be a real number. Now let us see few examples. Write a maxima program to find the Jacobian of the transformation, u is transformed into x square minus 2y. So that means your u is dependent on x and y. Your u is dependent on x and y. V is equal to x plus y. So your v is also dependent on x and y. So how to write the Jacobian? That is determinant of, or dou of u comma v divided by dou of x comma y is equal to differentiate u with respect to x. Differentiate u with respect to x, that is dou u by dou x and dou u by dou y. That gives you first row. Similarly, differentiate v with respect to x, that is dou v by dou x and dou v by dou y. That gives you second row. So that means we need to find the partial derivative of u with respect to x and y, as well as partial derivative of v with respect to x and y. Then substitute here and simplify the determinant. That gives you Jacobian of the given transformation. So let us find out the partial derivative. You know that when you are differentiating with respect to x, your y is constant. So dou u by dou x equal to derivative of x square is 2x minus derivative of 2y is 0, because you are differentiating with respect to x. Similarly, what is the derivative of u with respect to y? When you are differentiating with respect to y, your x is constant. So derivative of x square will be 0 minus 2 into derivative of y is 1. So you'll get minus 2. Then partial derivative of v with respect to x is derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of y is 0. So simply you'll get 1. Then partial derivative of v with respect to y is derivative of x is 0 plus derivative of y is 1. So simply you'll get 1. Now substitute all these in this. Determinant of partial derivative of u with respect to x is 2x. Partial derivative of u with respect to y is minus 2. Partial derivative of v with respect to x is 1. And partial derivative of v with respect to y is 1. You know how to evaluate this 2 cross 2 determinant. 2x into 1 minus 1 into 2. Minus into minus becomes plus. So simply you'll get 2x plus 2. This gives you Jacobian. Right? Now let us write the maxima program for this. How to write maxima program? As usual, we start with kilol. Kilol. Then we'll assign u. What is our u? U is x square minus 2y. So x cap 2 minus 2 into y. If you want to display, you use semicolon. If you don't want to display the output, then use dollar. And it will store u with this, but it will not display. If you use semicolon, it stores u with this value and it displays the output. V is assigned with x plus y. Now let us find out Jacobian matrix first. So we'll find this Jacobian matrix, right? Then we'll find the determinant of that. So Jacobian matrix within simple bracket, in the first square bracket, you have to give the dependent variables. What are dependent variables? U and V, numerator. So Jacobian of, you have to give all of them in small, all the letters are small case letter. Jacobian of, within first square bracket, you have to give u comma v, that is dependent variable, comma. In the second square bracket, you have to give independent variables, that is x comma y. Semicolon, if you give semicolon, it displays and it is stored in J. So this Jacobian matrix is stored in J. That means your J will be storing the Jacobian matrix dou u by dou x, dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y. Similarly, dou v by dou x, dou v by dou x, and dou v by dou y. That will be stored in J. But we need Jacobian, that means determinant. So let us say that one is D. In D, we'll store determinant, right? Determinant of J. You put a semicolon that displays. So this gives you Jacobian of the matrix, Jacobian of this transformation. Okay. Now, let us see one more problem. Write a maxima program to find the Jacobian of the transformation x equal to r sine theta cos phi. So your x depends on r, theta, as well as phi, right? And y is equal to r sine theta sine phi. So your y depends on r, theta, phi, and z depends on r, theta, phi. So here x, y, z are dependent variables, r, theta, phi are independent variables. So as usual, if you want to find the Jacobian, we have to find dou of x, y, z divided by dou of r, theta, phi, which is equal to determinant of derivative of x with respect to r, derivative of x with respect to theta, derivative of x with respect to phi, y with respect to r, y with respect to theta, y with respect to phi, z with respect to r, z with respect to theta, and z with respect to phi. Let us differentiate them. Dou x by dou r. When you are differentiating with respect to r, your theta and phi are constant. So sin theta cos phi remains as it is. What is the derivative of r? 1. So simply you'll get sin theta cos phi. What is the derivative of x with respect to theta? When you are differentiating with respect to theta, your r and phi are constant. So r cos phi remains as it is. Derivative of sin theta is cos theta. When you are differentiating with respect to phi, your r sin theta remains constant. Derivative of cos phi is minus sin phi. So you'll get minus r sin theta sin phi. Now, differentiate y with respect to r. Partial derivative of y with respect to r. These two are constant. Therefore, partial derivative of this is 1. 1 into sin theta sin phi. You'll get sin theta sin phi. Partial derivative of y with respect to theta. So r and sin phi are constant. Derivative of sin theta is cos theta. Then partial derivative of y with respect to phi. When you are differentiating with respect to phi, these two are constant. Derivative of sin phi is cos phi. You'll get r sin theta cos phi. Now differentiate z with respect to r. Partial derivative of z with respect to r. When you are differentiating with respect to r, your cos theta is constant. Derivative of r with respect to r is 1. So you'll get cos theta. Then derivative of z with respect to theta. When you are differentiating with respect to theta, this r is constant. And derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. So you'll get minus r sin theta. Then derivative of z with respect to phi. Here there is no phi at all and both are constant. Therefore, derivative of z with respect to phi is 0. Now expand this determinant. Sin theta into cos phi. You leave this column and row. You'll get r cos theta sin phi into 0, which is 0, minus into minus becomes plus, r into r square, sin square theta cos phi. Then minus r cos theta cos phi. Take this. Now take this one. Right? So you have to leave this row and this column. Then sin theta sin phi into 0 minus cos theta into r sin theta cos phi. Next, plus into minus r sin theta sin phi. You leave this row and this column. Now sin theta into minus r sin theta minus r sin square theta sin phi minus r cos theta into cos theta cos square theta into sin phi. Now simplify this, you'll get this much. In first two, in these two, take out r square sin theta cos square phi as common. Here r square is taken out. One sin theta is coming out, therefore sin square theta will remain. Cos square phi is common, plus r square is common, sin theta is common, cos square theta is cos square phi is common, so cos square theta will remain here. Similarly, in the next two, take out r square as common, sin theta as common, sin square phi as common. Right? So if you take out that, then sin theta Here 1 sin theta has come out, remaining is 2, therefore sin square theta will remain here. Plus r square sin theta cos square theta, r square sin square sin theta sin square phi has come out. So remaining is cos square theta here. And we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Right? Substitute that one. Now see, in these two, r square sin theta is common. So remaining is cos square phi plus sin square phi. And this is also 1. Right? And we know that this is derivative of xyz with respect to derivative of r theta phi. That is, you are writing derivative of x, derivative of y, derivative of z divided by derivative of r, derivative of theta, derivative of phi. Okay. So if you cross multiply, you'll get dx, dy, dz equal to r square sin theta dr d theta d phi. Right? So this is how you can transform the variable, right, while solving the problems in multiple integrals. Now, remember, what is the Jacobian of this transformation? R square sin theta is the Jacobian of this transformation. Now let us write the maxima program. As usual, kill all. Here dependent variables are x, y, z. So x is given by x colon r star sin theta. Theta is written like this into cos phi is a built-in function. So percentage phi with semicolon. Then y is stored with r, y is assigned with y colon r star sin theta into sin percentage phi semicolon. Z is assigned with r into cos theta semicolon. We want to display that, that's why display the output we are given semicolon. It will execute and display the output. Now, what is your Jacobian matrix? It is stored in J colon Jacobian of. So in the first bracket, you need to write the dependent variables. What are dependent variables? They are x, y, z. So in the first square bracket, x comma y comma z, then comma. Now in the second square bracket, you have to write the independent variables. What are independent variables? R comma theta comma percentage phi. Close the bracket with semicolon. So now Jacobian matrix, this matrix, the matrix of this determinant has been stored in J. But we want determinant of that. So D is given by determinant of J. If you simply give determinant of J, it may give lengthy expression, but we want to simplify that. See, we have simplified that into r square sin theta. If you're not going to give trigonometric simplification, trig simp, if you're not going to give that, then you're not going to get r square sin theta. You'll get the expanded form of the answer, right? It will not simplify that. Simply, it will give you the whole of this. If you give trig simp of this determinant, then it simplifies this determinant, right? Because it involves trigonometric functions, you have to use trig simp. If it is involving only rational function, then we have to use rat simp. Depending on the answer, you need to use judiciously whether you want to use trig simp or rat simp. Now, I've given few more problems. You write the maxima program and also solve them manually, depending on the requirement, and write them as assignment. Now, we will execute all these, right? All these two problems in maxima. Now, let us write the maxima program. As usual, we start with kill all. And what was our first problem? We have to find the Jacobian of the transformation u is equal to x square minus 2y and v is equal to x plus y. So u is assigned by x cap 2 minus 2 into y. We want to display this, so I'll use semicolon. V is given by x plus y. Then let us find the Jacobian matrix. Jacobian of in the first square bracket, you need to have two square brackets. In the first square bracket, you have to give the dependent variables, that is u comma v. And in the next square bracket, you have to give independent variables. Your u and v depends on x and y. We want to display the output, so let us give semicolon. Then, in fact, Jacobian means we have to find the determinant of this. So determinant of j. Okay. See, this is your u, which is x square minus 2y, and this is our v, x plus y, and this is our Jacobian matrix. See, dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou v by dou x, dou v by dou y. Then the determinant of that is your 2x plus 2. So same answer we got. Now let us see one more problem. Let me copy down this. That reduces writing once again. So the next problem is x is assigned by r into cos sine theta into cos phi. And next, y is assigned with r into sine theta into sine phi. And z is assigned with r into cos theta. Now, your dependent variables are x, y, z. And what are independent variables? Your independent variables are r, theta, percentage phi. Right? So this gives you the required Jacobian. See? Right? Kilol, your x is displayed, y is displayed, z is displayed, this Jacobian matrix is displayed, and this is your determinant of this. See, I haven't used trigonometric simplification. That's why it is not simplifying this. Remember, in our manual solving, we got the answer as r square sine theta. But here, it was not simplified this. So if I put trig simp of the previously stored answer, that can be called by percentage. See here, r square sine theta. So if you use trigonometric simplification, it simplifies this. Because it involves trigonometric function, I'm using trig simp. If it involves only rational functions, then we would have used rat simp. So always it's better to use trig simp or rat simp for getting the answers or output very nicely. So let me add here only trig simp of this determinant. See, we got the answer in a very nice format. So always to get an answer very neatly, right, in a convenient way, you have to use simplification commands. I'll stop at this stage. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.